Okay, this video is going to be a quick review on how to change settings in your controller when you're using track wrestling clocks. And specifically, it'll be the display map to determine whether you want to show bout number on top, weight class, riding time, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to launch the controller. I'm going to log into an individual tournament. This would be very similar if you were using one of the other formats as well. Go through the normal process and check all your settings here, of course. I'm going to find my event and search here, and then log in with my worker credentials. So this is probably where you're already at, but if you get to your event and you want team score on the bottom of your clock and it's showing riding time or something like that, this is where you'll go to make those changes. So I'm just going to go over into settings, and this red drop down with the red text, I want to go to clock display map. And if you go here and you're not connected to a clock, you won't be able to see this page. It might not even show on this menu actually, but if you're connected to a clock, you should be able to see this. And then these boxes all relate to one of the digits on the clock. So if you look at your clock, you should be able to compare it to this. You should never change the red and the green boxes. These are always set, kind of at the default. That's going to be your normal match on time and score. Very rarely would you want to change that. But the top yellow one and the bottom yellow one, those often you want to change. You'll see right now that bout number is up on top. I can just use this drop down. The top one is going to show what I want to display. So if I wanted to put maybe weight class there. So right now it's bout number. Let's say I want weight class at the top. I would just select weight class for each of these. And then you want to pay close attention to how these numbers read. So for weight class, it's going to be thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, and these are all going to be numbers. Of course, the weight class isn't going to be minutes or seconds. When we get down here, I'll show an example of that. But that's how you would change the top row of digits. I will point out too, if you have one of the clocks that only has 3 lines and you don't have this bottom line, then you wouldn't see this. But this should cover everybody. This bottom one, typically this is either going to be riding time, of course, if you're a college event, or it could be team score if you're running a duel. Also, it could be, I suppose, bout number on the bottom or weight class, whatever you want here. So right now this is set up for riding time, and this is a good example. It's riding time in all of those top drop downs, and then we want tens and ones for the minutes, and then tens and ones for the seconds. So again, just depending on what you have for this top setting, it's going to determine how you want to display those digits. Let's change this. Let's say that we want to do team score. These are the 2 most common for the bottom. I want to change that. This is the red side. I want to change this to red score 2. So it doesn't say team score, but just know that red score 2 is team score. And then this one, of course, would be green score 2. So I want to flip all those. So this is both score 2. And then, of course, it's not minutes. It's going to be a number for all of these. Change all of those. And then, of course, tens, ones, that makes sense. It's tens and ones here because it's going to be up to 99 for the red and the green score. And then I want to hit save. And you should see at this point your clock, if you look over, your clock should have updated, should display the right information there. And that's as simple as it is in changing that display map. Again, the way that I got there, came to settings in the left menu, and in this controller settings page, I'm going to clock display map. Not many of these other fields will you have to adjust, but if you want to change the brightness of the clock, you could do that here. The one other thing I do want to show you, if you want to turn your horn on or off, just click on horn. If I wanted to deactivate it, right now this says that it's activated and the horn will sound. If I wanted to turn it off, that's how I would do it. If I wanted to turn the horn back on, I would click it again, and that horn comes back on. So those are the basics on the settings of your track wrestling score clock.